My child, stop everything. This is not a suggestion. It is a summons. I, the Lord your God, am commanding you to open this message, not with your eyes alone, but with your spirit wide awake. You did not click by accident. I ordered this encounter. I scripted this moment before you ever felt the tug. What you are about to hear is not inspiration. It is intervention. So do not just watch. Listen like your next step depends on it, because it does. Stay until the end. Stay through the fire. Stay through the silence. Heaven has something to release that hell tried to stop. You have been asking for confirmation. This is it. You have been waiting for the shift. This begins it. And when I speak, the atmosphere will not just change, you will. So prepare your heart, steady your breath, and lean in. You are now accountable for what I am about to say. I am not merely calling you. I am commanding you not with a voice of threat, but with the voice of your Creator, whose love is too fierce, too holy, too consuming to let you wander past this sacred moment unaware. I have not gathered heaven's attention, delayed angelic assignments, or interrupted your rhythm without eternal purpose. I have waded through your wandering thoughts, through the daily chaos, through the gentle pullings you have brushed off as coincidence. And now I speak not softly. I speak with fire. You did not stumble upon this moment. It did not arrive by chance. I wrote it into your story before you breathed your first breath. This message was woven into the threads of your timeline before your body ever carried your soul. It is not just something for your encouragement. It is something for your becoming. I crafted it with hands that formed the stars and caught your tears. This word is alive. It has power. And I command you now, open yourself fully, not partially, not conditionally. Open yourself to me, to this voice that speaks from eternity, straight into your exact location. You have longed for answers, and you have asked for signs. This is both. I did not send you a subtle whisper today. I sent you a summons. You do not need to earn this moment or qualify for it through good behavior. You were chosen to receive this, not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. And I will not let the distractions of this world drown out the message your soul has been aching to hear. I have seen how you have grown weary from waiting. I have seen how you started to believe that maybe I had moved on, that maybe I only speak loudly to others. But listen, beloved, this moment is drenched in my focus. I am commanding you not from a distance, but from inches away. My presence is not waiting for you in a distant sanctuary. It is wrapped around you. Even now, as close as your breath, as near as your heartbeat, I am right here. And I need you to know, this is not a gentle nudge. This is a divine declaration breaking through your atmosphere. Open not just your ears, but the deep place, the part of you that stopped hoping, the part that is hidden beneath the performance. I want that part to awaken, because what I am about to say is not meant for the surface. It is meant to shake foundations, realign paths, and reroute destinies. My child, the time for hesitation has expired. The moment of wavering, of waiting, of wondering if it is really me tugging at the edges of your spirit is over. There are sacred seconds in your life that are so thick with purpose, so heavy with destiny, that they cannot be ignored without consequence. This is one of them. I etched this moment into the archives of eternity. Before your lungs ever drew breath, before you had thoughts, I had plans. And now, here it is, your moment. You have brushed up against many near encounters. You felt the almost answers, the almost breakthroughs, the almost openings. But this is not another almost. This is a divine, absolute, and eternal, exactly a heaven-timed here and now. I have waited through your detours, your delays, and, yes, even your doubts. I did not withdraw when you second-guessed me. I did not retreat when you turned your attention elsewhere. I remained. I watched, not with frustration, but with fiery patience, waiting for this breath, this heartbeat, this window in time to arrive. And now that it has, I will not whisper. I will not hint. I will declare. I have seen how distractions dressed themselves in duty. Good things pulled you away from the God thing. The sacred was traded for the safe. The eternal was exchanged for the immediate. But I did not stop speaking. I simply waited for the weight of distraction to break under the pressure of your longing. You kept yourself busy while your spirit grew barren. You smiled publicly while your soul screamed privately. And still I waited. Still I remained. Still I watched over the blueprint I placed inside you. Because I knew this moment was coming. I knew the hour would arrive when all the lesser voices would grow tired, and your soul would finally quiet itself enough to hear mine again, not faintly, but fully. And now, beloved, you have arrived. The fog is lifting. The chaos is cracking. The clock of heaven has struck your name. No more delay. No more compromise. No more consulting your fears before following my voice. I am not requesting your agreement. I am commanding your attention. This is not a casual command. This is a cosmic collision, a divine disruption, breaking through the dull rhythm of days that tried to lull you into apathy. I am commanding this, not because I want to control you, but because I want to catapult you into purpose, into promise, into peace. You have tolerated too many half-truths, internal negotiations, and spiritual numbing. I did not design you to blend in. I did not mark you for mediocrity. I set you apart before you even knew what set apart meant, and now the time of turning has come. The hour of alignment is here. I will not allow you to keep feeding yourself with crumbs when I have prepared a feast. You have asked me to speak. You begged me to confirm. But now I am going beyond confirmation. I am issuing a command. Right now, as heaven is speaking directly to you, I invite you to respond with obedience. Sow a seed of faith through your gift. When you give, God will open the floodgates of heaven over your life and family. Your obedience today will protect your home from unseen dangers and release unexpected blessings. Click the donate button and watch my hand move. Heaven has shifted position. The realm of angels is activated. What I am about to unfold through your obedience is so personal, so precise, that hesitation cannot come with you. It has to stay behind. You must leave it like a worn-out garment that no longer fits the fire of your future. I did not bring you here to flatter you. I brought you here to free you. I did not summon you to comfort your ego. I summoned you to confront your destiny. The time has passed for gentle nudges. This is the sound of my hand pounding on the door of your spirit. It is time to wake up, to rise up, and to move not out of fear, but out of holy fire. This is not about striving. It is about surrender. And child, you are standing in the divine crossroads of everything I have been preparing behind the scenes. What looks like a coincidence to the world is a convergence in heaven. The path is already unfolding beneath your feet. But you must walk it with urgency, clarity, and trust. No more glancing back. No more entertaining second options. This moment is singular. This command is sacred, and it carries your name. You have asked me, God, just speak clearly. Please make it plain. And now I have. This moment is not wrapped in mystery. It is unveiled glory. You asked for a sign, so I gave you a sentence. You asked for confirmation, so I gave you a command. This is not a riddle, child. This is revelation. And not just any revelation. It is my breath, my heartbeat, my intentions compressed into words that your weary soul could recognize. Do you feel that trembling within you? It is stirring in your chest. That is not anxiety. That is awakening. That is the witness of my spirit resonating with your spirit, saying, "This is it." I have not come to dangle encouragement like a carrot. I have come to deposit divine clarity. You were born for this moment, and this moment was born for you. There are things I have held back, not because I did not want you to have them, but because you were not ready to carry them. But now you are ready, not because everything around you is perfect, but because you have been perfectly positioned. You walked through the fire. You wept through the waiting. You learned how to trust me in the silence, and now that silence is breaking with sacred sound. I am pressing eternity into this moment. I am pushing heavenly blueprints into the soil of your timeline. And this message you are holding is not just information, it is impartation. It is spirit-born and time-sensitive and dripping with the oil of purpose. It is me speaking not at you, but into you. This is not motivation. This is transformation. This is not encouragement for a hard day. This is equipment for a holy calling. You have been looking for external signs, shaking leaves, blinking lights-aligned numbers. But today, I bypass all of that and speak straight into your depths. I am the God who parts seas. Yes, but I am also the God who speaks in sacred sentences that no one else hears but you. This is one of those sentences. You have my full attention, and I am demanding yours. This message is your answer. It does not lie, because it does not need to. It is not dramatic, because it is already divine. When I breathe a word into your soul, child, it becomes more powerful than thunder, more piercing than lightning, more enduring than time. And this is that kind of word. My word for you right now. So take it in. Let it rewrite the narrative of doubt. Let it undo the lies you have believed for too long. This is me proving that I still speak, and that I have not changed my mind about you. I am not confused about your purpose. I'm not distant from your pain. I am not undecided about your calling. I am fully aware, fully present, fully invested. And this word proves it. You do not have to wonder anymore. I have handed you clarity. You do not have to strain for direction. I have spoken plainly. This is not just good news. It is God news. Heaven is echoing with your name. Angels are aligning with your assignment. And this message is the evidence that what you once only hoped for is now unfolding in real time. My child, you have become familiar with my whisper. You have learned to recognize me in the gentle nudge, the sacred stillness, the holy hush in the middle of your chaos. But today I am not whispering. I am not tucking my words between breaths. I am thundering. I am roaring. I am shaking the heavens and the earth with the urgency of my voice, because what I have to say cannot and mustn't be delayed. I am not thundering in anger, but in ardent affection. My voice is clothed in compassion, but carried on the winds of command. This is not the murmur of comfort. It is the mandate of heaven. Obedience unlocks strategy. Your financial seed is part of that obedience. Give now, and I will rebuke the devourer for your sake. I will shield your family from sudden attacks, financial storms, and hidden enemies. The seed you sow in this moment will return to you as multiplied peace and divine protection. You have asked me for clarity, and I have come not with suggestion, but with a sovereign summons. What I am releasing right now carries the weight of eternity, the fire of purpose, and the signature of divinity. It has cost heaven much to arrive at your feet, and I will not allow it to be brushed off as mere inspiration. I thunder because your calling is too critical to be delivered quietly. I thunder because the destiny stitched into your DNA is demanding attention. You were never meant to live a life of quiet compromise, blending into the backdrop of Earth's noise. You were formed in fire. You were written into my story before there was time. You are not optional. You are essential. And I will not allow the enemy's whispers, nor the world's weariness to drown out what I am roaring from my throne. Hear me now. This is not another encouraging phrase to hang on your wall. This is the divine decree that parts the sea, shifts the storm, and splits the silence that has tried to suffocate you. I am thundering because I am transferring strategy, direction, and identity. I am declaring, depositing, and detonating what has been dormant inside of you. And it begins not tomorrow, not next year, now. You have carried promises that felt paused. You have heard prophetic words that gathered dust on the shelf of your heart. You wondered, did I misunderstand? Did I miss my moment? No, child, you did not miss it. You were simply in the prelude to thunder. And thunder always precedes the storm of glory. What is about to break loose will make sense of every silence, every season of stalling, every space where you thought I had gone quiet. I did not stop speaking. I was storing power, storing strategy, storing timing. And now all of it is being discharged like lightning through this word, and you are standing at ground zero of fulfillment. My thundering is your confirmation. It is not to scare you. It is to secure you, to awaken you, to remind you that you are not forgotten, not forsaken, not floating aimlessly through days of delay. You are positioned, prioritized, and prepared. And now, child, the heavens are roaring, and they are roaring for you. Do not mistake this thunder as distant. This is not happening above you. It is happening for you and through you. My thunder is not abstract. It is aimed at demolishing the lies you believe, aimed at exposing the limitations you have placed on me, aimed at destroying the timidity that has kept you from stepping into the fullness of who you are. What I speak today holds eternal consequence. This is not an echo. It is a detonation. When I thunder, things shake, shackles snap, chains crumble, and the darkness that thought it had a hold on your future begins to tremble in terror. Because I am not just coming near, I am coming through. This is not poetry. This is power. And power always demands a response. I am commanding yours, not later, not when it is convenient now. You have spent too long waiting for the nod of others before stepping where I already called you. You stood at the doorway of destiny, paralyzed not by fear, but by the need for human approval. But child, hear me clearly now. I did not consult their opinions when I wrote your name into my plans. I did not ask their permission to anoint you. I do not need the endorsement of man to move you into the next dimension. I only need your agreement. And I am calling for it now. You have been stalling, second-guessing, shrinking, measuring my voice through the sieve of your insecurities and the expectations of others. But I speak truth now that shatters delay. You cannot follow me while filtering me. My commands are not optional suggestions. They are holy directives, custom-fitted to your soul. And yes, they may defy logic, upset comfort, and challenge emotion. But they will never mislead your spirit. I do not need your feelings to feel ready. I need your faith to rise up and say yes, even when everything else says, wait. You have asked me for clear direction, and then paused to make sure it felt comfortable. But faith was never meant to follow comfort. It was meant to crush comfort and move you forward by conviction. Look through Scripture. Has my voice ever catered to the comfortable? Did I ask Moses if the sea felt safe before parting it? Did I wait until David was fully armored before calling him into battle? Did I get Paul's full emotional buy-in before sending him into the storm I spoke, and when they obeyed, I moved? And now I say to you, stop searching for alignment with feelings before obeying the fire of my word. You do not need perfect peace before moving. You need persistent trust. You do not need total understanding. You need complete surrender. I am not asking you to feel it. I am asking you to follow me anyway. Because obedience that waits for emotional validation is not obedience. It is delay. And child delay has already cost you enough. It is time to shut the door on overthinking. Close the window to comparison. I am not giving you an open-ended proposal. I am handing you a command that carries an eternal shift, and it will not wait for your emotions to settle before it moves. Your feelings are waves, child, but my word is rock. Stand on it. Trust it. Step onto the waters I am calling you to, and don't dare wait for applause before you walk. The heavens are already erupting in celebration because they see what is on the other side of your yes. They see what is waiting on the other side of your surrender, the breakthrough, the beauty, the blueprints of legacy that hinge on this moment of obedience. So this is my command to you. Now stop negotiating with delay. Stop asking for peace when you already have my presence. Stop waiting for comfort when I have given you confirmation. You do not need them to understand. You do not need to feel ready. You just need to believe that I am who I say I am, and that I will do what I said I will do. The door is open. The invitation is active. The command is clear. Obey me now and watch the impossible unfold like the pages of a book I have already written. The moment your faith moves, I will meet it with miracles. I do not need your comfort. I need your commitment. And child, if you give me that, I will give you everything. My beloved, this is not a time for conversation. It is a time for alignment. I am not extending options. I am establishing orders. What I am placing in your spirit right now is not one of many paths. It is the precise path I have carved through the chaos for you. This is not a buffet of possibilities. This is a blueprint of purpose. I am not bringing you feel-good affirmations. I am unfolding strategy, eternal strategy, the kind that does not just shift your emotions, but transforms your environment. You have had enough comfort to pacify your confusion. Now you need clarity to activate your calling. I am not here to make you feel better. I am here to make you bolder. I am not negotiating with your schedule, your fears, or your timelines. I am drawing your soul, your weary, waiting, wondering soul, into supernatural synchronization with my will. And that kind of alignment cannot be partial. It must be total focus, total faith, total surrender. You have looked to others for instructions, hoping someone could decipher the ache inside you. But no one else holds the schematic for your soul. I do. I am the architect. I wrote the code. I embedded my fingerprints into the foundation of your future. And no human map can navigate what I designed in secret. You have asked me, Lord, what do I do? And this is my answer. Obey me without delay. Follow me without flinching. Respond to me without routing it through logic. I am not issuing a casual word. I am commanding sacred cooperation. Because this strategy does not just affect your next step. It alters the direction of legacy lineage and lives around you. There is a divine domino effect coded into every yes you give me. That is why the enemy has tried to drown you in distractions. That is why your spirit has been so weary. He knows what I placed in your obedience will ripple through generations. This is not just an invitation to move. It is an activation to govern. I am calling you into the command center of your spiritual purpose, not a spectator, not a wanderer, but a weapon. I need your yes to be sharp, not soft. I need it to cut through the noise, not be muffled by it. I am placing divine intel in your hands, words of knowledge, strategies of warfare, instructions that will not just improve your life, they will invade darkness. But I cannot deposit this into distracted hands. I cannot entrust this to hearts divided by preference and performance. I need your attention, like the earth needs the sun, fully turned, fully fixed, fully faithful. You have said you want to know my will. Here it is. Obey what I have already spoken, and I will unveil what you have been asking. Strategy follows surrender. Revelation follows readiness. You are not waiting on more words. I am waiting on more obedience. Weight behind your obedience. Depth behind your devotion. Fire behind your footsteps. You do not need more time to think. You need more courage to move. You do not need another round of confirmations. You need to align your soul with the strategy I am placing in your spirit right now. You are not too late. You are right on time. But timing without obedience still leads to stagnation. So rise. Step into my rhythm. Sync yourself with heaven's sound. I have written this day into your destiny. I am not asking you to understand all of it. I am asking you to trust the one who sees beyond all of it, the God who is not bound by your calendar, the God who is not coordinating your calling around your comfort, the God who is commanding your attention right now, not to control you, but to crown you with clarity that comes from obeying without delay. This moment is sacred. Seize it. Let nothing steal it. Child, do not let the shadow of your past silence the sound of my calling. You were not chosen because you were flawless. You were chosen because your spirit responds. When others grew numb, you stayed tender. When others turned their heads, you turned your heart. I did not select you based on perfection. I called you because of resonance, deep calls unto deep. And when I spoke, your soul stirred. Your tears were not random. Your prayers were not routine. They were resonating echoes, proof that even in your brokenness, you could still hear me. And that is what set you apart. Not your talent, not your timing, not your titles, but your tenderness, your ability to feel me in the fog, your choice to believe when belief cost you everything. That kind of resonance is rare. It cannot be taught. It cannot be forced. It is born in the secret chambers where faith survives without applause. I watched you when the crowd moved on, but you lingered. I saw the moment you paused, not because you had to, but because you wanted to feel me again. I saw how you walked away from things that everyone else chased. I saw how you silenced your own desires just to stay in step with mine. The world did not notice, but heaven recorded every moment. Angels leaned in to listen when your whisper said yes in the dark. You did not need light stages or microphones. You just needed me. And because of that, I am now revealing what I concealed from others. I am now opening what was locked behind layers of time and testing. You passed tests others never saw. You remained loyal when no one checked in. You recognized my whisper when the world shouted its lies. And that recognition, that resonance, has positioned you for this very moment. Do not underestimate the power of resonance. It is not just emotional, it is spiritual. It is heaven's confirmation that your spirit was tuned to the right frequency. You did not need the whole picture to keep walking. You just needed a sound. And now I am amplifying that sound. The whisper you once heard in secret is now becoming a shout in the spirit realm. I am broadcasting what was birthed in silence. I am elevating what was nurtured in hiddenness. And it is not because you performed your way into my presence. It is because you postured your heart to receive. That posture has power. That humility has weight. That resonance has unlocked realities others will only hear about. But you get to walk in them, not because you were the loudest, the strongest, or the most celebrated, but because you were the most surrendered, because when I called, you answered. So do not doubt why I have chosen you. It was never about your resume. It was always about your resonance. I chose you because you chose me when it cost you comfort. I picked you because you preferred my presence over popularity. And now, child, the reward of that recognition is resting on you. You are not here by accident. You did not wander into destiny. You were woven into it. The sound you carry in your soul is the very echo of my voice. And I will amplify it in this season until nations tremble and darkness flees. Your recognition has become my release, and what I release through you will change everything. Beloved, I have not run out of words. I have waited for the stillness to say them. There are sacred scrolls not made of paper, but of your own soul, not written with ink, but with attention. And I have waited until now, this moment, this breath, this divine hush, to open one of them. You have been looking for me in the thunder, hoping I would shout through the static. But instead, I waited for the storm to settle inside you. I waited for your inner world to be quiet enough for my voice to echo. And now I say, open the scroll, the one written in the ink of you, the one sealed with your surrender, the one that was hidden from every eye, including your own, until the hour of unveiling arrived. And child, that hour is here. I am not writing new things into your destiny. I am revealing what was already written, but long concealed. This scroll has been locked not by distance, but by distraction. And now that you have stilled yourself long enough, I can speak what others cannot hear, and show you what others were never meant to see. I am speaking to the core of you, not the version others admire, not the mask you wear in moments of strength. I am addressing the true you, the soul that sighs when the room is empty, the heart that has held hope on a thread of faith, so thin it almost broke. That version of you is my favorite canvas, and upon that sacred space, I am writing now, not with condemnation, but with covenant, not with reminders of failure, but with revelations of your future. There are blueprints etched in your being, divine architecture embedded in your identity, and I am awakening them line by line. The scroll of your spirit is ancient and intimate. No one else carries it, and no one else can read it. It is encrypted with heaven's fingerprint and your DNA, and I will not allow another voice to interpret what only I can translate. Do not flinch if what I show you feels unfamiliar. The scroll contains things too holy to be grasped in shallow waters. It speaks of days you have not yet lived, assignments that have not yet unfolded, and authority you have not dared to dream of carrying. But I say to you now, you are ready. That is why I waited. I waited until your hands could hold it, until your pride was crushed enough to walk in humility, until your distractions no longer demanded center stage. And now that you are still, even if trembling, I can release it. The scroll will not shout. It will not shine in neon. It will whisper through moments, through confirmations, through divine nudges that feel like déjà vu, but are actually destiny being remembered. And every word I write upon you now will align your path, unlock your power, and undo every lie that said you were unworthy to carry something this sacred. So open, child. Open wide the soul that once shrank back. Let me write again. I am not done with you. I am just beginning to reveal what I planted before the foundations were laid. Others have seen your struggle, but they have not seen your scroll. That is why I kept it hidden. That is why I preserved it. Because what I am writing now is too holy for public consumption, too precise for human praise. This is private prophecy, divine download a scroll that will shape the rest of your journey. And the pen is in my hand. Just stay open, and I will keep writing. Child, listen with your whole self. This is not a pep talk. This is not a speech to lift your spirits for a few hours and then fade into forgetfulness. This is not comfort to soothe your wounds. This is activation. I am not just wrapping you in peace. I am handing you power. I am putting keys into your spirit right now. Not metaphorical keys, not poetic symbols, but real spiritual authority in the form of revelation, strategy, and divine access. You have stood too long outside of rooms that were created for you. You have waited too long at doors that did not recognize your knock. But that ends today. I am not asking for permission. I am not hoping the gatekeepers say yes. I am the key, and when I hand you keys, no lock remains intact. No bolt can resist me. I am the breaker of barriers. And this message you are receiving is the turning of the lock, the shift of the hinges, the unlocking of what had been bound for far too long. You have walked with keys inside you and didn't know it. You have been praying for openings when I have been trying to show you that the authority has already been deposited. But now I make it plain. I make it visible. You are not waiting for the door to change. You are being changed so the door recognizes you. These keys are not handed to everyone. They are forged in fire, birthed in obedience, polished through pain. And I see now that your hands are ready to hold what I would not release to you before. These keys will not open just opportunities. They will open identity. They will unlock your voice, your clarity, your calling. And just as they open, they will shut. They will shut the access points that pain keeps trying to reopen. They will shut the mouths of lies, the cycles of shame, the corridors where confusion once roamed. And here is what you must understand. Keys are not meant to be admired. They are meant to be used. This message is not something to read and file away under maybe later. This is not decorative prophecy. This is deployable truth. You must take what I say and apply it. You must walk to the doors I show you and place this authority into the lock without second-guessing if it will work. It will work not because you are powerful, but because I am the one who gave the key. And when I give with precision. I give with permanence. The doors you open with these keys will not shut unless I shut them. The ones you shut will not open unless I command it. This is spiritual legislation. You are not just receiving insight. You are receiving jurisdiction authority to shift things in atmospheres you once felt helpless in. That is what this message is. That is why it carries weight. That is why I commanded you to open it. Because in this very moment, your spirit is being authorized. So rise, take the key, hold it close, walk to the doors I highlight, even if they look rusted shut, even if you feel unqualified to hold what waits behind them. You are not holding an idea. You are holding instruction. You are not just being blessed. You are being commissioned. And when you move in alignment with this word, you will see things shift faster than they broke. You will watch walls fall with no hammer in your hand. Because when I give you a key, I also walk through the door with you. You are not alone in this unlocking. I am with you. You have just received keys of authority. Now activate them with your giving. Honor me with your tithe. or offering today. As you do, I will lock every door of loss and open doors of breakthrough for you and your loved ones. No weapon formed against your family will prosper. Sow now and step into supernatural provision. And child, what I am opening for you cannot be shut by any man. You have been tired, child. I have seen it not the surface-level fatigue that a nap can fix, but the soul-deep, bone-heavy kind. The weariness that no one else sees when you smile. The heaviness you carry quietly. The inner exhaustion of holding on, holding faith, holding back tears when everything in you wanted to collapse. I have watched you walk through fire with a whisper of praise still on your lips. And yes, I have seen how the weight of waiting, the ache of unanswered prayers, and the silence of prolonged seasons have tempted you to believe you were finished. But listen to me now, and hear it like thunder in your bones. Tired is not defeated. Worn is not worthless. Weary is not wasted. The enemy has tried to convince you that your tiredness means failure, but in truth, your tiredness only proves one thing: that you have kept going, that you have endured when quitting would have been easier. And that is not weakness. That is warriorhood. Even in the fatigue, I have preserved the flame. Even in the ashes there is ember. You have felt burned out, but you are not burned through. And now, in this moment, I breathe again into your depths. I do not just speak to your mind. I speak to your marrow. I command the spark within you to become a flame again, not because of hype, not because of performance, but because my breath revives what delay tried to smother. I am not merely restoring your strength, I am reigniting your spirit. There is fire still inside you, not a flicker, not a memory, but a mandate, a holy, sacred ignition point that has waited patiently beneath the rubble of doubt and discouragement. And now I say, rise, flame of fire. Burn again, not to destroy you, but to define you. This is not fire for affliction. This is fire for function. This is passion. Reborn clarity, rekindled power, reactivated. You will not crawl into the next chapter. I will carry you into it with combustion. I am putting fire back in your prayers, weight back in your words, wind back in your worship. And the ones who thought you faded will soon witness the flames of my purpose shooting through your life with unstoppable force. This is not drama. It is destiny. This is not spiritual hype. It is holy combustion. You will burn again not for attention, but for assignment. You will walk in boldness, not because the weight disappeared, but because the wind of my spirit lifted you above it. The enemy thought you would sleep through your moment, but now the fire in you is waking everything around you. I did not let you be buried. I let you be burrowed hidden like coal in the cave waiting for the strike, and this message is the match. So breathe deeply now, child. The breath you feel stirring inside you is not adrenaline. It is anointing. It is not just relief. It is resurrection. I did not leave you in the valley. I stayed. I stood beside your brokenness and shielded the flicker from the winds of giving up. And now I say, with the authority of eternity, you will burn again. You will build again. You will believe again because I have breathed on you. The fire is being rekindled in you. Fuel this fire with your generous seed. When you give in this holy moment, I will breathe fresh strength into your weary places and surround your household with my consuming fire of protection. Every attack sent against your family will be consumed. Give now, your breakthrough is tied to this act of faith. And when I breathe, nothing stays dead. You have just stepped into revelation that few dare to carry. And I didn't give it to you to keep it hidden. This word is not just for your ears. It is for the world's rescue. I am commanding my message to run swiftly to reach the weary, the broken, the forgotten. And I have chosen you as a sender. When you give, whether through Super Thanks membership or what I have placed in your hand to release via PayPal, you are sowing into holy ground. You are lighting torches in dark places, fueling the oil that keeps my prophets burning. My word in Malachi 3:10 lives now. Bring the whole tithe, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven. Child, this is not about money. It is about movement. Give now, and watch me multiply it, not just back to you, but into the lives I will touch through your obedience. Open what I have commanded, and sow into the fire I have started. You have asked me so many times, why the warfare? Why the resistance? Why the opposition, when all I wanted was to follow you? And now, child, I answer not in riddles, but in revelation. The battles were not punishment. They were protection. They were not cruelty. They were confirmation. You have endured what most would have run from. You fought battles no one clapped for. You stood silently in the middle of spiritual wars and thought no one saw, but I saw. And not one moment was wasted. Every arrow, every lie, every delay that wrapped itself around your calling was only permitted because of the power you carry. You are not being attacked because you are weak. You are being attacked because you are weighty. Your life is pregnant with purpose, heavy with heaven's assignment. And the enemy never strikes what is not strategic. The devil's warfare is always targeted. And the size of your resistance is directly tied to the size of your revelation. If it has been relentless, it is because you are relevant. If it has been crushing, it is because your calling threatens hell's grip. You have thought you were under judgment, when in fact you were under jealousy. The enemy has seen what is in you even before you did. He watched me stitch fire into your spirit. He watched me place a blueprint in your breath. And he panicked not because of where you were, but because of where you were headed. That is why the delay came. That is why the confusion clouded your steps. That is why the doors closed. Because what this moment unlocks terrifies darkness. But hear me clearly now. You are no longer under assault. You are under assignment. War is not a mark of abandonment. It is a mark of activation. I allowed the pressure not to punish you, but to prepare you. I permitted the battle not to wound you, but to weaponize you. And now every scar on your soul is glowing with the glory of what didn't kill you. The enemy wanted you to wear your wounds like shackles, but I say, wear them like swords. You have gained ground in unseen places. You shattered cycles. You broke generational chains while no one watched, but I watched. And now I bless. And now I reveal. And now I command you to use what was meant to break you as the very foundation you build upon. This message is not just words. It is a war cry, a declaration that you survived what was designed to bury you, and now you rise to build with the rubble. I am handing you divine blueprints that make sense of every battlefield. This is why the attacks came. This is why you were misunderstood. This is why the season felt like silence and sabotage all at once. Because the promise attached to your life is not small. It is seismic. And it is moving now. Heaven is moving now. And what you carry is not just precious. It is dangerous to the darkness. That is why it had to be fought for. And now it will be fulfilled. Child, I need you to hear this with heaven's clarity. Stop shrinking. Stop apologizing. Stop editing the size of your calling to fit the comfort of the crowd. What I have placed in you is not average. It is not mild. It is not modest. It is monumental. The anointing you carry carries weight, weight that shifts, rooms, unlocks atmospheres, silences confusion, and summons clarity. This mantle did not fall on you by accident. It was fashioned for you. It fits no one else. And it is time you stop wearing it like an optional accessory and begin walking in it like the holy armor it is. There is nothing ordinary about you, and to pretend otherwise is to dishonor what I have spoken over you since before you breathed your first breath. You have tried to fit in, but I created you to stand out. You have tried to blend, but I anointed you to build. I did not give you fire so you could hide it. I gave you fire so you could ignite others. There is power in your presence because my presence rests upon you, and the mantle you wear is not stitched with human thread. It is woven with eternal purpose. It carries the scent of my presence, and the scent alone terrifies darkness. You have been afraid to speak, afraid to step, afraid to stand tall, because the weight of what you carry felt too much. But hear me, I gave you strength that matches the size of your assignment. You do not carry this mantle alone. I wear it with you. I rest upon you. And I will not allow you to keep minimizing what I majored in when I formed you. You keep waiting for others to validate what I already sealed. But they didn't give you the mantle so they cannot measure it. Stop looking for confirmation from voices I never authorized to speak over your calling. What you carry is not always visible to the naked eye, but it is unmistakable in the spirit realm. When you walk into a room, atmospheres shift not because of charisma, but because of covenant. You carry strategy from heaven itself. Yes, strategy, not suggestion. You have asked for steps, and I have given you a scroll written in the ink of my instruction, hidden in the folds of your obedience. The mantle is your permission. It is your authority. It is your divine signature on earth, proving you are not here by chance, but by charge. So wear it boldly. Wear it daily. Wear it like the weapon it is. Do not toss it aside when others question it. Do not fold it up because others fear its fire. Let it fall heavy across your shoulders. Let it remind you every time you doubt that you are carrying something too precious to hide, too powerful to delay, and too divine to dilute. The mantle is mine, but it was made for you. And when you wear it, hell remembers who you are, and heaven rejoices that you have awakened to who you have always been. Listen closely, child. I did not form you with fragile intent. I did not knit you together just to survive trials, crawl through conflict, and gasp your way to the finish line. I made you to shape the atmosphere around you. You are not here merely to endure. You are here to establish, to build, to shift. You are a force in the unseen realm, whether you believed it or not. You were not designed to sit quietly on the sidelines of divine history. You are not a footnote in the story of this world. You are a sentence written in fire, chosen to be spoken aloud in the darkest hour. Every breath you take is a declaration of spiritual rebellion against the chaos that tried to crush you. Every step you take is a reminder to the enemy that heaven placed you here on purpose. You thought of yourself as small because the world taught you to think so. You have dimmed your voice because rejection echoed louder than reassurance. But I say to you now, enough. Your voice carries volume in the spirit. I do not just hear it. I honor it. I respond to it. When you speak my name, mountains shift. When you whisper yes in the dark, angels mobilize. You have seen yourself as one among millions. But I see you as one in a generation, a divine disruptor, a voice raised to rupture routines and rip down strongholds. You are not noise. You are navigation. And I placed you here, not to echo the culture, but to confront it with love, with truth, with the unmistakable authority of someone who has been with me. So rise up, not as a survivor, but as a shaper, a speaker of new seasons, a breaker of old curses, a writer of legacy that will echo long after your feet leave the earth. You are not just trying to make it through, you are carrying my message. And every time you obey, that message goes forth like a sword. Your obedience writes history in the invisible. Your prayers carve paths others will walk upon. Your voice opens vaults of purpose that were sealed in silence. That is why the enemy fought so hard to keep you quiet. That is why hell tried to mute you with discouragement, disqualify you with shame, and bury you beneath false humility. But you are not buried. You are being built. You have a divine shape that cannot fit into worldly molds. You were made to mold the world around you. No more watching from the shadows. The hour is urgent, and I have placed volume in your voice for a reason. Use it. Speak. Declare. Decree. And when you do know this, you are not just speaking into the air. You are speaking into alignment. The winds hear you. The earth responds to you. Heaven backs you. I hear you because you are mine, and I always speak through those I have marked. Child, hear me. I am not just speaking into space. I am speaking into you, not vaguely, not symbolically directly, deeply, decisively. When I command, I do not aim for the surface. I go beneath the skin, beyond the emotion, past the defenses, and I speak directly to your bones, the dry ones, the tired ones, the ones buried beneath disappointment and delay. My voice does not settle like dust. It is a summons. I am not offering you poetic comfort. I am giving you prophetic combustion. My word is not a suggestion. It is a summons. It does not tickle the ears. It electrifies the spirit. And today I declare with fire and finality, the parts of you that you thought were done, dormant, dead, they are being awakened by my command. Therefore, I command you to seal this word upon your soul with a declaration of faith. Go now, and let your obedience be seen by writing with your own hand. I have opened your message. Let your comment be an earthquake to the kingdom of darkness and a testament to the world that you are listening. Do it now and unleash the power of your agreement with my divine will. This is your moment of alignment. Do not let this word return to me void. Release your best seed right now through Super Thanks membership or PayPal. As you obey, I declare, my blessing will chase you, your family will be covered, sudden disasters will pass over your house, and my favor will rest upon everything you touch. Give boldly. I am watching, and I will respond. Amen.